Hello students, after studying about the work done by a constant force, now we are moving to the work done by a variable force. So for that we have a variable force acting on a body along the fixed direction. That means the magnitude of the force is changing but its direction is still same. So we have a force F which is acting on a body along the fixed direction and its magnitude is varying. Means we have a force F which is variable, right, and it is acting along a fixed direction. Now we assume the direction to be x-axis. Okay, we assume that this fixed direction is x-axis. We can take it y, z or any axis that we want. So I am taking it as x-axis. So we have a variable force acting along x-axis. That means the magnitude of force is changing but it depends on x. It's a function of x actually. So we can write this variable force F as a function of x coordinate, and we want to calculate the work done when the body move from some initial position to its final position under the effect of this force. Means there is a body which is at some initial position, let it be xi. So this is the initial position xi, this is the final position of the body moves from this initial to final position because of this force F which is varying and is a function of x. So this force, this varying force which is a function of x, act on that body which is placed at the initial position xi, and because of that it moves to the position, final position xf. So this is the net displacement xf minus xi for that body. Now we want to find the work done, and we know the relation that work done is equal to force into displacement, but throughout the displacement the force is variable, its value is changing with the value of x. So we can't write it simply as force into displacement, because for every point there is a different value of force is changing. So what we do, the displacement here, we are going to divide it into large number of small equal displacements. These strips you can see, so these strips basically divide the whole displacement into equal number of sections, of each section having same displacement, right? So we are dividing it into a number of sections such that each section has equal displacement and that value is delta x. So we consider that, or we divide the whole displacement into a number of elements of value delta x, of displacement delta x, and now the force F can be assumed as a constant for each section. Means for section 1 to section 2 it can vary, but throughout the section 1 that force is constant, throughout the section 2 the force is constant. Suppose the force is changing after every 5 seconds, but we are considering the situation of 1 second each. So for the first 4 seconds, for 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, that force is constant. Now after 5 second it will change, then again up to 10th second it will constant, right? So we make it into separate section. Force can vary from one section to another section, but since these sections are small, so for each section this variable force will act as a constant force only. For separate sections, means इस section के लिए जो force का value होगा that will remain same throughout this section. Now when it comes to first to second section, then it will change, but throughout the first section it will remain same. So we can apply the expression for a constant force for each interval of displacement delta x. So the work done for this small section of displacement x, that we can write as F into delta x, and it is represented by the area of this strip, because its vertical component is force, horizontal component is delta x. So we can write F delta x as the area of the rectangle, and for our purpose I'm taking the example of this third rectangle ABCD. So I'm writing it as ABCD. So this is the formula for the work done for this element only. Now this is the work done for this element only, but we want to find the work done throughout the motion from initial point to final point. So we have to find a area of each strip, each element, and then we will add them together. So for showing this, we are going to represent summation, use the summation sign for adding the areas. So total work done is equal to, we have to add all these areas of the rectangle to get total work done, summation xi to xf. So this addition will start from xi and will go till xf, and it will be applied on f delta x. So value of f delta x for each section will be calculated and then added to get the total work done. Now if this value delta x is very small, if we are dividing that whole section into very small elements, so we can apply the limit that delta x tends to 0, and in the limiting case this summation can be written as the integral or a definite integral. So in the limits when delta x tends to 0, means the elements that we are taking are very small. If delta x tends to 0, in such limit the number of these rectangles tends to infinite, and then this summation will approach to definite integral, and the value of that definite integral is equal to the area under this curve, means this complete area is represented by the integral. So we can write in this case work done is equal to limit delta x tends to 0 summation xi to xf f delta x. Now since delta x is very small, we are dividing it into very small elements, that's why the number of elements will be infinite, and this will be converted into a definite integral of limit xi to xf applied on f delta x, and in that case we will write delta x as dx. With integral we have to write it as dx, and this will represent area under the curve, or this curve is actually the force displacement curve, because we are plotting here force with respect to displacement. So we can write it as the area under the curve or under the force displacement curve. So this is the required formula we have for a variable force, means if we have a varying force whose direction is constant but magnitude is varying, then we have to find the work done because of one element, and then we will integrate it for the whole initial to final value, and it will be given by the area under that curve. But if the magnitude as well as direction both are changing, now there is a special case. If both magnitude and direction of force are changing, means force is variable such that its direction as well as its magnitude both can change, in that case we have to consider the inclination of force or the angle theta, because that is also changing. So we have to write the formula as w is equal to from integral from xi to xf and f ds cos theta, because in that case theta can also vary. So f ds cos theta, and we can write it in vector form also, xi to xf f vector dot ds vector. So this is the required formula when we have a variable force acting on an object and we want to find the work done because of that variable force. So that's all for the video. For further videos, stay tuned and keep studying. Thank you.